Okay, folks, time for another week of WCW 2002 as we head towards Fall Brawl, and everything that goes with it. So let's get rolling. So we start out on the pre-show with Blitzkrieg and Yang defeating Evan Courageous and Kid Romeo in 10-17. When Yang pinned Kid Romeo, a pinfall the Michinoku driver. This is just a match to get some people on, some in-ring time. Yang gets a 58. Bliss is already up to a 53. Romeo and Courageous are in 39-45, but it gets a 56 C-. And then we've got RVD and Tajiri teaming up to beat Lance Hoyt and Hot Stuff Hernandez. Two local guys. Tajiri gets a 51. RVD gets 75. Hot Stuff gets a 34. Hoyt gets a 16. Match gets a 57 C-. Again, this just gets some guys on the show some in-ring time. We haven't had any matches recently, at least on the main show. And then we basically start off with Sting, Lex, and Dustin coming out to open the show. Remember, there were, Dustin came out and saved a group of basically jobber babyfaces from getting absolutely killed by the Deadpool, along with everybody else. Dustin basically talks about how, Messias beat him in a cage, he made him bloody, and then he saw him, turn tail from Lawler and, join the Deadpool, and so, he decided, last week that he couldn't take some more, and he had to take the fight, to evil, no matter what, and now he's got some backup in the form of Sting Luger. So, just like him, they've seen, evil and terribleness all around, in this company, whether it was, whether it's the Horsemen, the NWO, the Dungeon of Doom, all kinds of, that stable, whoever, they've always come back to take him on. Then Deadpool comes out with, Vampiro, Messias, Lestat, Morningstar, Vampiro's makes, calls them fools and says, but, tonight, he'll agree to a tag match, Sting and Rhodes versus Vampiro and a partner of his choice, and, he'll show them for the frauds they are, and they'll just be another, another list of names to add to the Deadpool. 76 B-, so not our usual, insanely, hot opening, angle, but, I just wanted to do something different than the Horsemen opening things, and yeah. But 76 B- is not bad at all. Then in our opening four-way, we got Jason Jett defeating Shannon Moore, Skipper, and Jamie Noble in 6:53 when Jett pinned Moore by pinfall, the crash landing. Got a 56 C- total. Jett got a 56. Everybody else was in the 30s, except for Noble, who was up to a 50. And then afterwards, Kaz went for another beatdown, but then Blitzkrieg, who remember won a match last week, a four-way last week, came out for the save. Basically hitting a dive and knocking Kaz out of the ring. Kaz basically points at them both, holds up his title, and that gets a 49 D+. Then we're backstage with Air Raid. They basically go over how, they're eventually going to get back and get another tag title match, but until then, they'll, face off against teams like Reno and Cash, and, take on whoever, as long as it gets them back into the tag title picture. 55 C-. Simple, straightforward, babyface promo. Then we got Conan going over Mike Sanders in 4:38. Gets a 44 D because it's a quick squash. Nothing really more than that. And then afterwards, Conan has an in-ring. He challenges Lance Storm. Goes, you're La Resta, blah blah blah. I've been, stuck taking care of, stuff off camera too long, but I'm back now. So Lance Storm, if you have the Woves, come on, take me on in the ring. I don't know. It's a Conan promo. 62C. Then we've got a Lexi James video, also known as Lexa 3, also known as Mickie James, basically hyping her up for her match next week, and that gets a 49 D+, so not bad at all. And then we have our, wow, this was a banger of a tag match considering the people involved. Anyway, so Reno and Cash, our Silver City Rollers, defeat Air Raid, AJ Styles, and Air Paris in 9:23 when Reno defeated Paris by pinfall using underhanded tactics. So let's call it a basically hot shot on an exposed turnbuckle, and then he gets the pin. So this gets a 75 B-, which honestly might be better than our other matches. But yeah, quick, just sort of cheap pin to give Silver City Rollers some heat, and then they celebrate afterwards, getting a 69 C+. Then we have a wow. This is why Steiner's still wrong, because he's still got freaking awesome promos. Anyway, Steiner has an in-ring to basically bridge the first and second hour. He shoots on Nash and Flair, says, he'll eventually take out that, punk dick Flair for, walking out on him. But before that, Nash, you got lucky that Flair walked away, but, in a one-on-one fight, nobody's finer than Scott Steiner, the big booty daddy, so holler if you hear him. Nash, he wants Nash in the ring to take him out once for all to prove that, Nash would have been, would never been world champ if Steiner would have gotten the proper shot. So 97 A-star, and Steiner looked good because it's Steiner cutting a promo. So then we had our women's match, where Gail Kim advanced in the women's title tournament, defeating Lacey in 542 by pinfall. This gets a 52 D+, which all things considered is a pretty solid match. And Kim gets a 52, and Lacey gets a 35. And then basically, Gail celebrates, then cuts a quick promo, talking about how she's the future of women's wrestling, and that she'll be crowned the first new WCW Women's World Champion, and there's nobody can stop her, not some beach blonde bimbo, or some or whoever else is standing in her way. 51 D+. Then we had a Horseman in-ring promo. Basically, it's Flair, Jordan Douglas cutting a promo on Paige, Wright, Ray, Booker T. Saying this is still the Horseman's company. So if you want to step to the tag team champions and the greatest wrestler of all times, you guys have come out, but you're not going be feeling pretty at the end of the day. Woo, 83 B+. Then we have the actual match, which gets an 82. Yeah. Better than considered, anyway. So basically, Paige, Wright, and Ray defeat the Horsemen, Jarrett, Douglas, and Flair in 10:51 when Wright pinned Douglas by pinfall. So I just mentioned a Pier 6 brawl. Wright hits like a DDT or a double RDT or some sort of weird flying move and gets the quick pin in the middle of the ring while everybody else is brawling with each other. And that gets an 82B. So again, solid match. And then basically the babyface celebrate, the rest of the Horsemen, so Canyon comes out, and then Booker T and O'Hare also come out to, basically back up the babyfaces, and it's time for a stare down. And that gets a 90A, because it's lots of over people. And then finally, for the main event, Vampiro comes out, and his partner is Billy Kidman? What? Huh? I'm confused. You should be confused. But hey, Kidman's an asshole. Vampiro's an asshole. Maybe they're friendly assholes with each other. Anyway, 79B, because it's just a quick promo to, have Kidman come out, and then in our main event of the night. Okay, yeah. So I sort of expected this because I basically made it a terrible match. But anyway, basically Sting and Dustin Rhodes defeated Vamp and Kidman by DQ in 12:24. Basically, this is just a mess of a match. Macias, goes after Sting. Mysterio Jr. attacks Kidman. Wait, why would Ray... Oh, God dang it. Well, okay, let's pretend that was not Ray Jr. Let's pretend that was... let's pretend that was Dustin Rhodes. No, let's pretend that was... Yeah, also let's pretend that was Luger. Luger attacked Kidman. Luger interfered against Vampiro. And the match just, cut... Just a complete mess. So 72 B- after 12 minutes. And then afterwards, yeah, we just have a complete brawl with Sting, Rose, and Dustin on one side, and Sting, Dustin, and Luger on one side. Vamp, Morningstar, and Macias, basically having the numbers advantage. And then comes out of nowhere, RVD comes in from the back with a chair, and he just starts walloping people. Crowd goes nuts, and, everybody is, we're setting things up. 75 B-. Again, if I would just had Sting, Vamp, and maybe one other guy's entertainment, that would have been fine, but I tried to be somewhat realistic. So this would be the end of the show, but I decided to do a little something different just to see how it would work. Basically a post-show segment to simulate what would happen after the show to the live crowd. So then we would have Bischoff basically come out, basically after the cue come out, everybody's on their respective sides, and he just restarts the match as a 4v4. And this gets 79B. And then basically in a quick after show house show match, Sting, Rhodes, RVD, and Luger defeat Lestat, Morningstar, Vampiro, and Kidman in 7:43 when RVD pinned Lestat with 5-star Frog Splash. Gets a 55C because it's a post match, So, but I just want to see if this would be a bit of fun. Yeah. Yeah, it was penalized with post-show match. So basically, yeah, basically everybody just hit their spots, and then RVD got the pin. for the actual match, it got an 80B. So not the best thing, but not like actually as bad as I was actually fearing with the way our main events went that could have dipped into like the low 70s, but not too bad. Let's just see how Raw did, and then we'll see if anything else interesting happened. So on Raw, Triple H defeated the Big Show. Christian retained the Intercontinental title over Marty Jannetty. We had a Angle, Taker, Michaels skit. Jeff Hardy defeated Rhino. Okay. And then also, yeah, okay, just people wanting out of development. Don't worry, you guys will get out of there soon enough. It'll just take some time. But yeah, anyway, that's all for now. So, go ahead and comment what you've enjoyed or haven't enjoyed. Go ahead and give this a like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the series. So, adios. Talk to you later.